So, I come from the Love Voice Media department. So this ministry is an open door that I stepped into almost 4 years ago. And I entered into this ministry not knowing what God was leading me into. Okay, so I thought that it's not only me from the department, but I was actually expecting Chloe to do it or Ian in Tampin. But it's okay. I will share my part. God has really blessed us. This team, aside from the four male leaders at the very beginning, I was the first girl to enter into this ministry. And from being the only lady to now having five, including part-timers, then we have filmmakers coming, and then we have video editors, and we have more volunteers, we have trainees, and we have a lot of unexpected projects and programs. So these past 4 years, to me, it has been a ride full of surprises. Because there are just so many new things coming, and you will not expect what you will do next. But then, through all of those, it has really deepened my trust in God and to really be more flexible in a way. And also, I'm thankful for good leaders because being in this ministry has deepened my love for mission, to be honest. Because I see leaders, even though we all have a lot of imperfections, but then one thing that I always see in the leaders is that their ultimate goal is always to do God's mission. And that really inspires me a lot. And that's one of the things that have been keeping me going throughout the years. And a lot of personal lessons, for sure. So to actually tell everything is too long, but I'll just share a few specific things that I would like to note while serving in Love Voice the past 4 years, almost 4 years. So my role in Love Voice, so I mostly work managing the marketing stuff and also some production management. But in the very beginning, it was mostly marketing. So to me, sometimes it just gets so mundane. Like I just be in front of computer and like I don't interact with many people, it's just you and the laptop alone every single day. And sometimes preparing all the stuff for social media and not getting any results immediately can be very discouraging, or you kind of like lose your sense of purpose. But then, in the times where I felt like I'm losing the sense of purpose, God knew what I needed to be sustained, like for me to go on in the ministry. Like when I felt like sing along is not doing anything good for people, and people just kept like testimony just kept coming, like telling me sing along has been a blessing. It has been one of the source to bring my grandmother or my family members to Christ, and it has been a healing source for my depression and the stuff that she put out. You know, all these things that I thought that isn't doing anything good, God is actually working out there. You know, but I just need to do my best. So what I personally learned is that being in the marketing team, it has really challenged me to trust Him even when you don't see a result immediately, or even when you don't see a result at all. Because God has always been wanting to teach me that you are doing this not to see the result immediately, but for you to trust me that I am working even though you are not seeing. So that's one thing that I learned. And then second, it is more personal, but it's about stewardship. So we all know that being in a ministry, compared to all the jobs out there, it is not a high-paying income. But the past 4 years has really taught me that security isn't in money, but it is in God's sustenance. So at the very first, um, I was not faithfully, but like I was not giving my full amount of time for the past 2 years, at the very beginning when I started working. And because I felt like it's so little already and I don't want to give all, because I know that I'm already struggling in buying some stuff and I'm already not buying stuff for myself. But then after reading a Sabbath school lesson about stewardship, I was really convicted that, you know, why am I withholding something that is already God's since the very beginning? And if God is the one that has put me into the ministry, why am I doubting God that God will not sustain me? You know? So I stepped out in faith and began giving my full tithe beginning of last year. And to my surprise, the first 2 years, I always lose something. Like I couldn't buy stuff for myself, this and that. But then after I actually returned to God, what is His, He just keep on giving me more and more and more. And that really deepened my trust in God because it really tells me that, you know, in God's work, there is no lack. If I just faithfully giving Him my all. So this one sentence that stuck through my mind when I attended PYC last year in the Philippines. It says, "Whatever you withhold from God will withhold you from Him." So I can really see that when I start withholding nothing from God, the presence of God is nearer. And I could really see how God faithfully taking care of my needs day by day. And I can see it from the ministry as well. Since this ministry is a donation-funded ministry, it works on by faith. And the past 4 years, I've never not received any salary. I've never missed any salary. And I'm sure at this point that all this is because of God's sustenance, because God is the one that called the leaders to do this ministry. He will faithfully continue to, sustain. And that, to me, the past 4 years of journey really deepened my trust in God, knowing that if God brings us to it, He will bring you through it, and He will give you the things that you need every day. So, yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.